The special points in a triangle we finished.
Okay. Bisector did we do?
Yeah,
Straight lines. Family of lines we have not done, no?
yeah,
No,
that we have.
We haven't done that, right?
we
Yeah,
haven't.
Okay. So straight lines, what we have done is different forms, different forms. Then we have done angle between two lines. We have done parallel and perpendicular lines, right?
yeah,
Bisector equation of two lines. Then we did distance from a point to a line, that we did. Distance from a point to a line, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
Uh, then now we were doing some special points in a triangle. Special points in a triangle.
mm.
Uh, which points did we discuss?
Centroid, orthocenter,
We discussed all four, no, I think.
yeah, of course.
Centroid, circumcenter, orthocenter, incenter.
Yeah,
The way you would get them, right? Incenter, orthocenter, and after that, what I want to do is one family of lines. Today, family of lines to uh, foot of the perpendicular, from a point to a line and image of a point in a line. This thing, then family of lines, this, what else is there? Area of a triangle,
yeah,
area of a triangle. Okay, these three things, and then I want to do questions.
yeah,
Okay, so okay, so that is the plan. So I'll just start off with this family of lines idea. So we all know that through any point, right? How many lines can be passing through a particular point, right?
yeah,
Infinite, no?
yeah.
yeah,
There are infinite lines through one point, right?
Mm.
So
yeah,
let's say we have two lines. We have two lines L1 and L2. The equations are L1 is equal to 0 and L2 is equal to 0, right? And suppose these two lines intersect at a point P. P is the point of intersection of L1 and L2, right?
Yeah,
So P is here, right? Now,
mm.
yeah.
if I ask you, find the equation, of all possible lines through P.
Mm.
All possible lines through P, right? Then basically I am asking you for infinite equations, no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right? I am asking you for something like infinite lines can be made through P, and I'm asking you for all those line equations, right?
yeah,
So how will you write that, right? So that is the question. So this all possible lines through P is called family of lines through P. Through P, right? So what I will suggest is that this equation L1 plus lambda L2 is equal to 0, where lambda is a constant, is the required equation of all possible lines through P. Now, why is that true? We can easily see why it is true, because think about the point P, right? The point P means that L1 is equal to 0, right?
yeah,
If you put the point P in the line equation L1, it lies on the line, no?
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
L1 is 0, and also L2 is also equal to 0 because it's the point of intersection, right?
yeah,
yes,
So it is guaranteed that any line, any equation like this will always be satisfied by the point P, no?
Yeah.
Because P will make L1 0 and it will make L2 also 0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely P will satisfy this equation, right?
Yeah.
So whatever this is, P lies on it, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct, no? So now what is
Yeah.
this? If you have L1 is A1x plus B1y plus C1 is equal to 0, and L2 is A2x plus B2y plus C2 is equal to 0, correct?
Yeah.
Then L1 plus lambda L2, L1 plus lambda L2 becomes what? It implies A1 plus lambda A2 x plus B1 plus lambda B2 y plus C1 plus lambda C2, right, is equal to 0.
Yeah.
Now clearly this looks like a line equation. No, lambda is a constant, right?
Yeah.
This looks like an equation of a line, but what is different about this is that the slope of this line is minus a1 plus lambda a2 by b1 plus lambda b2, right?
Yeah.
If you keep changing your value of lambda through all real numbers, right, then this slope
Yeah.
keeps taking different values, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So clearly this equation represents a straight line and it changes for different values of lambda, right?
Yeah.
So then it will represent infinite possible straight lines, right?
Yeah.
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 If you put lambda is 2, I'll get one line. If you put lambda is 5, I'll get another line, right? But what will always happen is that P will lie on that line, right?
Yeah.
Because L1 will be 0 for P and L2 is 0 for P. So no matter what lambda is, this whole thing will be 0, right? So therefore, now you understand why this can be the equation of a family of lines through P.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whenever you need equation of an infinite set of lines, all passing through one particular point, right? Then you have to think of which two lines can you say that point is the point of intersection of, right?
Yeah.
And then you, if L1 is the line and L2 is the line, and L1 intersection L2 is equal to that point P, therefore then equation of all possible lines through P will be L1 plus lambda L2 is 0.
Yeah.
Lambda can be a variable number, right? It's a constant, but the constant can be changed and you'll get different slopes on each case, right?
Yeah.
Correct? Is everyone
Yeah.
understanding clearly?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is one. Second thing that I wanted to do was foot of the perpendicular from a point to a line. So suppose this is a point P. This point is called H comma K, right? And from here, I want to drop, okay, I'll choose different values. This point is called x1 comma y1. And I'm dropping a perpendicular on this line.
Okay.
Okay. And this point is called Q. Let's say it is H comma K, right? And this line is AX plus BY plus C is equal to 0, right?
Yeah.
I want to find coordinates, find Q, right? Basically, I want to find HK, right?
Yeah.
So obviously there is a normal logical way to do it, which is quite easy, right? You have to find conditions on, you have to find HK, right? So you need two conditions, right?
Yeah.
And what are the two conditions? First condition is clearly that Q lies on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you should have AH plus BK plus C is equal to 0. And second condition is slope of this is perpendicular to this, right?
Yeah.
So second condition is K minus Y1 by H minus X1 multiplied by minus A by B is equal to minus 1.
-1.
Is everyone understanding why these two conditions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Q lies on the line and it is perpendicular to the Q, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So now from here, we should be able to solve for H and K, right?
Yeah.
Because x1, y1 was given in the question, line equation was given. So A, B, C are known, x1, y1 is known. So the only variables are h and k, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two equations in two unknowns, and these are linear equations, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can solve it. What I will say is I will give you the formula for it. Okay, like there is a nice way in which you can remember it. Okay, so solving it is possible in the exam also. You can do it like this, but slightly longer than knowing the answer, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
answer is this, and the way you will write the answer is this: h minus x1 by a is equal to k minus y1 by b is equal to minus a x1 plus b y1 plus c by a square plus b square. Okay, this will give you the value of h also and k also, right?
Yeah.
You'll put h here first and third, and then second and third to get k.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can someone think about this formula and tell me how it looks a little familiar and maybe understand it a little better, so that you don't have to remember it like blindly. There's a meaning attached to this. If you think about it a little more, you'll get a meaning from it. First of all, this form should remind you of something.
Yeah.
It looks like that parametric form type of situation, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So write this formula down first of all, and after that, let's think about how it makes sense, right? Everybody has understood the normal standard way to get it, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
given a question, you can always do this and solve the equations, right?
Yeah.
Right now, what we are trying to do is how to understand this formula and use the formula directly, so that we don't have to worry about too much, right? Okay. So write down this equation and think about it and see if it makes a little bit of sense. Okay. Any ideas?
Like the first two is like easy, right?
Which one? Which one?
H minus x1 by a and
That is
k.
just the slope condition only.
Yeah, slope condition.
I want you to understand how this can be understood, right?
Yeah.
Basically, h is equal to x1 minus a by a square plus b square into ax1 plus by1 plus c, right?
Yeah.
And k is equal to y1 minus b by a square plus b square into ax1 plus by1 plus c, right? Now it is obvious from here, because remember, this looks like a foot length of perpendicular, right?
Yeah.
R is
Yeah.
equal to
Yeah.
what? Ax1 plus by1 plus c by root of a square
Root
plus
of
b
a
square, right? Correct?
Yes.
So now remember that when we did parametric form, we were doing something like this: from x1, y1 to another point hk. If this distance is r, right,
Yeah.
we can write h is equal to x1 plus plus minus r cos theta, and k
Yeah.
is equal to y1 plus minus r sin theta, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And now notice
Yeah.
that r distance is root over. So I will separate it out like this: x1 minus a by root over a square plus b square into ax1 plus by1 plus c by root over a square plus
Yes.
b square.
Yeah.
This is your r, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And notice that this line slope, this line slope is tan theta is minus a by b. So this line slope must be tan phi is equal to b by a, no?
Yeah.
Right? If
Yeah.
tan phi is b by a, cos will be a by root a square plus b square, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is just basically x1 minus r cos theta, where cos phi, because
Yeah.
tan phi is b by a, no? This line
Mm.
slope, right? This line slope is b by a.
Yeah.
So if you go along the line, you have to track that line slope only, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
The parametric form was this, right? H is equal to x1 plus minus r cos theta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So k is equal to y1 plus minus r sine theta, where theta was the slope of this, right?
Yeah.
So now that tan phi is equal to b by a, sine phi will be equal to b by root a square plus b square, and cos
Yeah.
phi will be a by root a square plus b square, right? So this
Yeah.
is just telling you h is equal to x1 minus r cos phi, and k is equal to y1 minus r sine phi. Now it is looking same, no? Now it is looking correct, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are going along x1, y1, a distance of r, right?
Yeah.
And you're coming down, so there's a negative sign here, right? Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is better to remember this formula though, okay? If you remember this result, then you never have to do much here. Otherwise, solving the equations can be sometimes hard. Or not hard, but at least time consuming, right? If
Yeah.
you remember this directly, then you immediately you'll get h and k, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Given x1, y1 and the line, you can immediately get it, right? So this is called foot of the perpendicular. So we have found foot of the perpendicular. Now what we need to find is image of the point, image of point and a line. So basically your line is the mirror, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the point image will be somewhere on the opposite side equidistant, right?
Yeah.
Correct. I want to find this HK,
Yeah.
and this is my x1, y1. It's the same question almost, right? This distance is r, so this distance is r. So this distance is 2r, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So following the same logic of the previous one, I can say h is equal to x1 minus 2r cos theta,
Yeah.
and k is equal to y1 minus 2r
Minus
sine
2.
theta, right?
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah. Yeah.
now
Yeah.
I'll just write h is equal to x1 minus 2r. What is r? I know what it is. ax1 plus by1 plus c by root over a square plus b square. But cos phi is equal to, you got was a by root a square plus b square, right?
Yeah.
So there will be a and there will be a square plus b square, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
this one will be k is equal to y1 minus 2 ax1 plus by1 plus c into b by a square plus b square, right?
Yeah.
So this formula can be written in the exact same way, and now you can write x1 h minus x1 by a is equal to k minus y1 by b is equal to minus 2 times ax1 plus by1 plus c by a square plus b square, right?
Yeah.
And this is the formula for image of a point in a line, right? This will give you the image coordinate h and k, right?
Yeah.
If you know the original point and the line equation. And if you remove the two, it gives you foot of the perpendicular, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yes.
So how it comes should be obvious, right?
Yeah.
And obviously you can do it, you could have done the image thing in a different way also. You could have said that
Conditions.
conditions. First condition is midpoint of this will lie
Yeah.
on the line, no? So you can say
Yeah. Yeah.
a into x1 plus h by 2 plus b into y1 plus k by 2 plus c is equal to 0. That is one condition. And second condition is slope, same thing.
So, okay.
K minus y1 by h minus x1 is equal to b by a, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
These two equations would also have solved it for you, but we don't need to bother so much because you should know this result only.
Yeah.
Directly you'll get the answer without having to do anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the second thing I wanted to say. Now the last thing is question 3. not question. The next thing that I wanted to do was area of a triangle.
Area.
Area of a triangle, if suppose 3 points are given, right? 3 points are given. P x1 comma y1, Q x2 comma y2, R x3 comma y3, right?
Yeah.
Now obviously this is one case, and second case is 3 lines are given.
Yeah.
Line equations are given. These lines are basically sides of the triangle. Sides of the triangle. Okay. So okay, these two versions we need to find how to find the area. I mean, it is quite obvious. Suppose we have PQR, right?
Yeah.
P is here, Q is here, R is here. Like, if I didn't know any formulas, I would still be able to do it fairly easily. There is no issue.
Yeah.
Because x2, y2, x3, y3 is known. So I know the length of the base, right?
Yeah.
Length of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
base is just distance formula,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And I can drop a perpendicular from here to here, no?
Yeah.
I can find length of perpendicular if I know equation of this line, right?
Yeah.
And 2 points are given, so line equation is
Line
known.
equation.
So you can drop this perpendicular and find h also, and then you
Yeah.
can do half into base into height, right?
Hmm.
So it's fairly easy, it's not a big deal, but you want to do it fast. So the
Yeah.
fast method is something called shoelace formula. So you will realize why it is called shoelace formula. It is because it is this half into mod of this thing. So first write each vertex, write down each vertex like this, and repeat whatever vertex you wrote first once at the bottom. Okay. What have I done? I'm just saying write it in a ordered matrix where 2 columns and 4 rows, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The way you write it is list down all 3 points, coordinates, and repeat whatever you chose as the first point, put it at the end once more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you will construct the shoelaces. So how? Multiply this and this, this and this, this and this, and add, and then subtract this and this. And this. So basically what am I doing? I'm doing x1 y2 plus x2 y3 plus x3 y1 minus, and subtracting x2 y1 minus x3 y2
Yeah.
minus x1 y3, right?
Yeah.
So it looks like a shoelace that is crossing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is why it is called shoelace formula. This is correct. And once you get the value of this thing, right? This thing could be positive or negative, right?
Yeah.
That's why there is a modulus
Mod.
sign,
Yeah.
because area should be positive, right? Once you get that, you
Yeah,
put a
yeah.
half outside, right? So let's see
Yeah.
this in action. Let's do a quick example where we can get the area. So suppose this is 0, 0, right? And this is 4, 0, right?
Yeah.
Another point is here, somewhere, say 3, 3, right?
Yeah.
Area of this is clearly, this height will be 3 and this will be 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my triangle, okay? 3, 3 is somewhere here.
Yeah.
And 0 and 4 is one base, right? I mean, this
Yeah.
is not be isosceles. The figure is wrong, but this is the situation, right? The area will still be half into 4 into 3, no? So 6 square units it should be, no?
Yeah.
The figure looks somewhat like this. 3 is here, 4 will be here, and 0 is here, right?
Yeah.
But the height will still be 3, no? And base is 4, right? So area
Yeah.
is 6. So now we'll do it by shoelace method. So I will just write down 0, 0, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 0, and repeat 0, 0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to do shoelace. So this into this, this into this, this into this. All of us 0, right?
Yeah.
And then subtract this, this, and this. So everything is 0 except this, right?
-2 and
Minus
then
12 by 2. So mod, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
6 is coming.
Hmm.
So the formula is correct, okay? So
Yeah.
whenever 3 points are given, use shoelace formula. Don't do anything else. That will be fastest,
Yeah.
right? Okay. 3 points coordinates are given. Then you do shoelace, right?
Yeah.
Then second question type of question that can come is when 3 line equations are given.
Yeah.
Okay. So suppose one line equation is a1x plus b1y. If in the standard form, it can be written like this. Second equation is a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. And third equation is a3x plus b3y plus c3 is equal to 0, right?
Hmm.
So the value of the area of this, of course, you can do it in a normal way by solving 2 at a time and finding the vertices, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
2 at a time, you can intersect the lines to find each of the vertices.
Each of the ones.
Correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And
So
then
then
do
you will
the
go, then you can do shoelace,
shoelace. Yeah.
but that will be slightly annoying because it will be long, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't want to intersect 3 times, right? So that will be long. So there is a shortcut which is somebody has done it for you and found out the formula, right? So we'll just use that. The shortcut is find the value of this determinant a1 b1 c1 a2 b2 c2 a3 b3 c3.
Hmm.
Find the value of this determinant. Obviously put a mod outside it to make it positive. That is the area. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what is this determinant stuff? We have seen this determinant sometimes, I think. In vector product, you'd use this determinant.
Vector. Yeah.
Yeah.
In cross product, I think you use a determinant sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you seen it anywhere else? No other context, right? So,
Yeah.
No. No.
but in cross product, you know how to do it. In
Yeah.
Allen and all, they would have done this, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you take I and then you exclude this, right?
Yeah.
You exclude this row and this column and do 6 minus 4, right?
6 minus 4.
So
Yeah.
I into 6 minus 4. Then you have to exchange the sign. This is minus.
Yeah. Minus.
Minus j into exclude this column, this row, 4 minus 4, so 0. Plus k, exclude this column, this row, and do 2 minus 3, right? So minus
Yeah.
1.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is how you do the determinant evaluation, right?
Yeah.
So you can evaluate this determinant in that way. You can write A1 and it will be B2C3 minus B3C2 minus B1 into A2C3 minus A3C2 plus C1 into A2B3 minus A3B2, right?
Yeah.
That is the value. But I will tell you a faster method, at least for 3 cross 3, it is definitely faster. So 2, 1, 3, 4, minus 1, 2, 0, 1, 5, suppose, right?
Hmm.
So normally that is the way you evaluate determinants, right? What we just
Yeah.
saw, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But there is a better method for 3 cross 3. It is called Saras's rule. Okay. So Saras's rule you should know. This will be much faster for any 3 cross 3 determinants. What the rule is, think of this determinant as made up of multiple types of diagonals. Okay. So
Okay.
there is one diagonal like this, south-east diagonals, right? There are some diagonals like this, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there is a northeast diagonal, right?
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
I want to construct the answer in terms of product of 3 numbers, okay? Product of 3. Because you remember when you were doing the determinant, you had A1, B2, C3 and all, no? Minus
Yeah.
something, right? So
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
term was
Yeah.
a product of 3 things.
Yeah.
Every term in that determinant evaluation was a product of 3 things, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have to get product of 3 things and I will do first southeast diagonal. So what is this? Product of these 3? 2 into minus 1 into 5, which is minus 10, right? Then you
Yeah.
add product of 3 things, but there is a small, this is only 2 terms, right?
Yeah.
This diagonal is only 2 terms. So you have to multiply it with the one remaining term, right?
Okay.
So 4 into 1 into 3. So it is 12 plus this diagonal is 2 terms. So you have to multiply it with the one remaining thing.
Okay.
So 0.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are all the southeast corner, southeast direction diagonals, right?
Yeah.
One of them is the main diagonal. Other ones are half. There are 2 here and 1 here, and 2
Yeah.
here and 1 here, right? I want to
Yeah.
construct
Yeah.
products using only 3 terms, okay?
Mm.
That's why 2 into 1 and 2 into 1, right?
Yeah.
This is the sum, and then you subtract from this all of these diagonals, okay? So this is one main diagonal, which is 0, plus this is 1 into 2 into 2, right?
Yeah.
4, and 5 into 4 into 1, which is 20, right?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
we have to subtract whatever we get from southeast diagonals. From there, you have to subtract the northeast diagonal stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
that will give you immediately minus 24, and this is 2 minus 24, so minus 22, right?
Yeah.
Now let's do it for 1 or 2 cases and confirm that it is working for us. So you can, let's take an example: 2, 3, 4, 1, 0, 1, 2. Okay, let's not put a 0. 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3. Okay.
Mm.
In the regular way, it would have been 2 into 3 minus 2, 1, right? Minus 3 into uh, 3 minus 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus 4 into 1 minus
1
2,
minus 2.
right? So it is
Yeah.
2 minus 1. So plus 3 and minus 1, minus 4. So answer is 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the new way, it is 2 into 1 into 3, 6, plus 1 into 1 into 4, 4, plus 3 into 2 into 2, right? What is
Yeah.
that? 12,
Yeah.
minus 2 into 4 into 1, 8,
1.
minus 1 into 2 into 2, 4, minus 3 into 1 into 3, 9, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that becomes what? This is 22 minus 21,
Mm. Yeah.
right?
1. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
this was an easy number example, therefore this was also not fast, not slow. But in many cases
Yeah.
and in many determinants, doing it normally is very difficult, because sometimes it can be complicated things inside, okay? So this is definitely going to be faster in difficult questions. A1, B1, C1, A3, B2, B3, suppose, C2, C3, suppose, right? So I will get, my answer will be here, A1, B1, C1 plus B2, C3, A3 plus
Yeah.
A2, B3, C2 minus the diagonals like this: A3, B1, C2
C3.
minus B3, C3,
C3.
A1,
A1.
B3, C3, A1 minus
A2, B2, C1.
A2, B2, C1. Okay. So this is the determinant. So now let's go back to our question. Question was, if the equations of the lines are known, right?
Yeah.
And 3 lines are known, then we should be able to find the area, right?
Hmm.
So let's take an example to convince ourselves that that works. So one line was, let's take the same example. This was y is equal to x. This was y is equal to 0, right?
Hmm.
And this was 4 comma 0, and this was 3 comma 3, right?
Yeah.
So what is this line? This line equation we can find, right?
Yeah.
This line is y is equal to x, right? It will intersect 3 comma 3.
Hmm.
This
Yeah.
line is
Yeah.
y is equal to 0. This is the x-axis line, right?
Yeah.
And I want to find the line equation between them, which is easy, 2-point form. So y minus 0 is equal to 0 minus 3 minus 3 by 4 minus 3, which is 1, and x minus 4, right?
Yeah.
So my equation is y is equal to minus 3x plus 12. So 3x plus y minus 12 is equal to 0, right?
Yeah.
So my 3 line equations are 3x plus y minus 12 is equal to 0, and one equation is y is equal to 0, and one
Hmm.
equation is minus
Y
x
is
plus y is equal to 0, right?
yeah.
Correct?
Hmm.
So my determinant will become 3, 1, minus 12, 0, 1, 0, right?
Yeah.
And minus 1,
Minus
1,
0.
0. Everyone understands how I'm making the determinant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm taking all the coefficients, right?
Yeah.
I'm writing it in standard form and then taking coefficients. Don't make mistakes in taking coefficients, okay?
Yeah.
So now the answer of this is clear. Saras's rule. This is 0,
Also
this is 0,
0.
and this is 0. Negative when you do, this will not be 0, right?
Yeah.
So this will be 12, and this will be 0, and this will be 0. Okay, I
Yeah.
forgot the half outside. There is a half outside
Okay.
in the formula, right?
Hmm.
In the
Yeah.
formula, it will be a half of the determinant,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Because earlier the area of the triangle had come as 6, no? So this is 6.
Yeah.
Half of this is 6, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
You understand what we did, no?
Yeah.
Okay, so in any case, in both the cases, when points are given and when lines are given, right?
Hmm.
Area we know how to find, right?
Yeah.
And if it turns out somehow that area is 0, right?
Hmm.
Area is 0, then the points are collinear.
Oh, collinear. Yeah.
Then points are collinear or lines are parallel or something, right?
Lines.
Lines are parallel or identical, something
Yeah,
like that is
identical.
happening.
Yeah.
Either two lines are
Yeah.
parallel or they are identical, then only they cannot form a triangle, right?
Yeah.
If two lines are parallel, they will never intersect only. So how will you get a triangle, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Correct? So either lines are
Yeah.
parallel or identical or points are collinear, right?
Yeah.
If the area turns out to be 0, right?
Yeah.
Area can be obtained by Shoeless formula, x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, x1, y1. Do the shoelace thing like this, minus this, right?
Yeah.
Take determinant. And the other way is half of determinant of A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, C2, A3, B3, C3,
Yeah.
right? Where A1, B1,
Yeah.
C1 are the coefficients of the line, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So more or less, this is the theory that is there in straight line section. There is a little more theory which is pairs of straight lines, but that I will do in the coming classes. Later we'll do it. Right now,
Hmm.
what we should do, this theory is left, but straight line basic theory is over. Okay.
Okay.
So what I will do now is do some questions. So I'll just tell you which questions. Okay. You guys try a few
Yeah.
questions.
Some doubts in that exercise one. Can do that.
Yeah. What else? You have
Yeah.
some doubts.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
exercise one of motion.
Okay. So we'll solve the doubts, but first we'll solve the doubts. But first try some questions.
Okay.
After that we'll do it. Okay.
Yeah.
So uh, I want you to exercise 4. You should open
Okay.
exercise 4. Okay. Uh, okay. Question number. Let's do 1 and 2. 1, 2. Definitely right now. Let's try.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will solve the doubts also, but first we'll do exercise 4, question 1 and question 2. Take 5-10 minutes. Try to do it as much as you can. I will be back in 5 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Any progress, guys?
Yeah, I think I almost got the first level.
Okay. Uh, AB and AC equations are given.
Yeah.
Centroid orthocenter are G, H, and S. L is equal to 0 is the equation of the side. Okay. So first thing is the two sides AB and AC are given and centroid is given.
Yeah.
Find the slope of the third side, right?
Yeah.
So question 1, part 1 is two sides L1 is given to be 2x minus y is equal to 0. L2 is x plus y is equal to 3. 2x minus y is equal to 0. L2 is x plus y is equal to 3. This is L2. And centroid is given as 3 cross 2,
2,
2 comma 3. Find the slope of the third side. Now this is AB and this is AC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the idea now here? Okay, you can intersect them and find A, right?
Yeah.
AB and AC will intersect at A, right? So
Yeah.
clearly y is equal to 2x. You can put in this equation and you'll get x is equal to 1. So y is equal to 2. So A point is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
A point is 1 comma 2. So my triangle is like this: AB, AC. These equations are known. A point is known, 1 comma 2. Centroid is known, right? 2 comma
Yeah.
3, right?
Yeah.
So these 2 points are known, then I know this midpoint, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct.
Hmm.
I know this midpoint now. Okay. So because 2:1 ratio, no?
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
midpoint of BC is known, right?
Yeah.
So basically, what things you know right now? Midpoint of BC is known and nothing else is known. So distance of the median, length of the median is known, right? I have to find slope of BC, right? Slope of BC I have to find. Okay. So Rishi, you got some ideas. What did you get? How are you doing?
I thought we can just find all the 3 points, right?
How will you find the other point? Other 2
But
points.
like in terms of AX plus BY plus.
Okay. So you're saying take AX plus BY plus C,
Yeah.
but it will be slightly long. So there must be a slightly better, I mean, you will get something. You will get this point and this point. When you solve, you'll get something in terms of ABC, right?
Yeah.
And something in terms of ABC here.
Yeah.
And then you can take centroid of that is equal to this, but that will be many equations. There are three unknowns. You need three equations, right?
Yeah.
But I think you will get two equations for each point. You might get from there. You will get the answer, but that is slightly long, right?
Yeah.
I think you will get the answer because your x coordinate and y coordinate will come in terms of ABC.
Yeah.
And
For
similarly,
both.
so basically
Yeah.
four things, right? And when you add, you'll get one combined equation, 1 plus this plus
Plus
this by
that
3 is
by
equal to 2.
3. Yeah.
I'm having doubts again now because two equations you are getting, maybe there are three unknowns. I don't know how many unknowns are coming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So
Yeah.
let's think of slightly better way. Maybe there is a better way to do this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So uh, okay. One more thing that we are missing is, what we can do is this point, right? This point, what do you have to use the fact that this lies on the line, no? So you'll reduce the variables.
Yeah.
You understand? Like the
Yeah.
problem was
Yeah.
there are too many variables, no? So I will write B point as what? I will write it as it lies on line y is equal to 2x, right?
Yeah.
It can be called a comma 2a, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct. And C point can be called as b comma 3 minus b.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So only two variables, right? Only two variables. And now I have one equation of centroids, right?
Yeah.
And other equation is midpoint. I already know, right?
Yeah.
So what is the midpoint? Midpoint I will do by section formula here. 2
Yeah.
into 1. Correct.
Yeah.
So let's take HK is the midpoint. So HK by section formula, it comes out to be 2 into K plus 2K plus, okay, I should do first H. So 2 into H plus 1 into 1.
Yeah.
2H plus 1 by 3 is equal to 2. And similarly, 2K plus 2
2.
by 3 is equal to 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get 6 minus 1, 7, 7 by 2. H is 7 by 2.
6
And
minus
K,
5 by 2.
Yeah. It's
H is 7 by 2, no? And K is 9 minus 2.
No.
no, sir.
It will come 5 by
5
2.
by 2. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will come 5 by 2. 5 by 2 and K is 9 minus 2, 7 by 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 5 by 2 comma 7 by 2 is my point here, right?
Hmm.
Now notice that you have two equations with two unknowns, right?
Yeah.
You can say midpoint of this a plus b by 2 is 5 by 2 and 2a plus 3a minus b by 2 is 7 by 2, right?
Yeah.
And the other thing you can say is that this plus this plus this, right? By
Yeah,
3 should
by
be equal
3.
to this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this will be better. Here, what is the main idea here was that we were able to use the fact that B lies on the line and C lies on the line, right? And
Yeah.
reduce
Yeah.
our variables, right?
Yeah.
So I can write anything as A and 2A, right? Because that satisfies the equation, right?
Yeah.
And I can write B and 3 minus B here, right?
Yeah.
So this is part 1. So that was slightly interesting. Question 2 is, let's look at 2. L1 and L2 are given. Now orthocenter is given.
Yeah.
And you have to find y-intercept of the third line, right?
Yeah.
2x plus y is equal to 0. 2x plus y is equal to 0. X minus y plus 2 is equal to 0. This is L1. This is L2. Orthocenter H is given to be
2,3 same.
okay, 2 comma 3. Find the y-intercept of the third side. Basically, equation of the third side, or y-intercept, right?
Yeah.
Of third side. Okay. So now here it could be a slightly different situation. Again, you know A, right? You know
Yeah.
A by solving it, right?
So
Y is equal to minus 2x. So I'll put that here. minus 2, so 3x plus 2, so
2.
x is equal to minus 2 by 3,
Yeah.
y is equal to minus 2x, so y is equal to 4 by 3, right?
4 by 3.
So minus 2 by
Yeah.
3 comma 4 by 3 is my A point, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. So my triangle is somewhat like this. My orthocenter is somewhere here. Orthocenter is known A, B, C, right?
Yeah.
AB and AC are the line equations, L1 and L2,
Hmm.
right? Okay,
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
slope of this immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Slope of this, okay, I don't know it immediately because I need to know slope of this, right?
Hmm.
Oh, but I know slope of this now, right? H is known, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
H is known and A is known, no? We found A.
Yeah. Yeah.
So slope of AH is known.
Yeah.
Slope of AH is clearly 3 minus 4 by 3. So 5 by 3
5 by
by
3.
2 minus minus. So plus, so 8 by
Wait,
3.
so how did you find H?
H is given in the question.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Orthocenter is given, no?
Yeah. So just
Oh, yeah.
2 point.
2 points we can find the slope, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
3 minus 4 by 3 is 5 by 3 and 2 plus 2 by 3 is 8 by 3, right?
Yeah.
So slope is 5 by
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
So now I know slope of BC is minus 5 by 8.
Minus
Right?
5.
Negative 5.
Minus 8
Yeah.
by 5,
Oh, yeah.
right? Minus 8 by 5, not 5 by 8, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So slope of BC I know. So one part of the equation of BC I already got. And the other part will come from the fact that D lies on this line and C lies on this line, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So what I can say is that B lies on this line. I will have two variables. So still it will not be solved. So let's think a little more. Okay. So equation of BC, right? Equation of BC
Yeah.
will be y is equal to mx plus c. M is known, c is unknown, right?
Yeah.
Let's write y is equal to minus 8 by 5x plus c, right?
Hmm.
Mm.
This is my equation of BC, right?
Yeah.
C is unknown, right? So now this, okay, this will, basically these two lines are going to intersect. 2x plus y and will intersect this line and form the vertex B and so on, right?
Yeah.
Let's think. There will be some way to get this. Okay. Yeah, so one thing that we can do is that orthocenter is known, no?
Yeah.
So perpendicular from here should pass through orthocenter, no?
Yeah.
Right? And this equation is known,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Correct. So this equation is known. What is this equation? It is x minus y plus 2, right?
X means y plus 2.
Basically, y is equal to x plus 2 is this equation, right?
Hmm.
Mm.
Correct. So
Yeah.
slope of this line is plus 1.
Plus 1.
So
Yeah.
slope of this line should be minus 1,
Minus
right?
1. Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
passes through this point, right?
Hmm.
Correct?
Yeah.
Passes through 2, 3. So, okay. So we know that if the coordinate of x is, suppose x coordinate, it lies on this line, right?
Yeah.
So we can write it as a comma minus 2a, right?
Yeah.
And now we can say slope is known to be minus 1, no?
Yeah.
Slope of this line is minus 1, no?
Hmm.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
will also be the slope of BH, right?
Yeah.
right? And h is
Okay,
2
yeah.
comma
So
3,
now,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
3 minus minus 2a by 2 minus a should be minus 1.
Yeah.
yeah,
So we can find a, right?
Yeah.
So it will become 3 plus 2a is equal to minus 2 plus a. So a is equal to minus 5, right?
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Correct. So
Hmm.
a is minus 5, so minus 5 comma 10 is this point B, right?
Yeah.
Correct. And similarly,
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
thing
this
other side.
same thing this side, right? We
Yeah.
can say this line is known, so slope of this is known,
Yeah.
and then h is known. So use the fact that c lies on this line, right?
Yeah.
How do we
Hmm.
use it? Put a variable for x, b, then y becomes x plus 2, so b plus 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So this point will be b comma b plus 2, and slope between this is known, right? So you'll find b.
Hmm.
So once you find these 2 points, then the equation of the line is obvious, right?
Yeah.
And then you can write it like this and get c, right?
Yeah.
You understand?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And also you realize that the question has been solved only if you were thinking in terms of the diagram and thinking geometrically, right?
Yeah.
If you think of, see, coordinate geometry gives us many ways to do things, but many of the ways take a long time. Okay,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
try to think of solving coordinate geometry questions by just solving many equations and finding points and many variables, right?
Yeah.
If you go down that route, no, it will take a lot of time. You understand?
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
want to avoid as much effort as possible. The only way to do it is to draw figures, think geometrically, think of properties. What do we know? Can we find some perpendiculars? Can we find some easy conditions by geometry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And notice that how in both the parts I converted the b and c, instead of two variables I used one variable by putting like this, right?
Hmm.
Instead of two variables I got one variable by putting it in terms of anything that satisfies this line will be like this, a comma minus 2a, right?
Yeah.
Everybody has understood that, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you should also use this. Basically, a point can be represented in terms of one variable if you also know a line passing through it, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go over to the next one. Is there another part to this?
Yeah, that's the third one.
Third part. Okay. L1, L2 are given. S is given. S is what? Circumcenter.
Circumcenter.
Yeah.
L1 is x plus y is equal to 1. L1 is x plus y is equal to 1. L2 is 2x minus y plus 4 is equal to 0. Okay. This is it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2x minus y plus 4 is equal to 0. And S is circumcenter is 2 comma 1.
Yeah.
Circumcenter is 2 comma 1. This is circumcenter. And now you are supposed to again find y-intercept of the third line, right?
Hmm.
Y-intercept of the third line. So now let's apply the same ideas again. Like we know how we were approaching the previous two
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
So, okay, so draw a rough figure. Circumcenter. Circumcenter should pass through perpendicular bisectors
Perpendicular. Yeah.
of the sides. So like this, and like this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is A, and this is B, and this is C. This equation is known, and this equation is known, right?
Yeah.
And we have to find this equation L, right? And this point is known to be 2 comma 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So great. So now this A is also known, but maybe it is not so important, right? It was not like we used A point anywhere earlier also. So let's think about it. Perpendicular bisector means this is equal, right?
Yeah.
And all angles are 90 here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Again, you can just go by finding B and C.
Finding B and C. So you are saying again take those two variables, just two variables, right? So
Yeah.
B can
Yeah.
be written as a comma 1 minus a,
1 minus a.
and c can be written as a, then it becomes 2a plus 4 is equal to y, right?
Yeah.
B,
B.
you have to take a new variable, you cannot be the same variable. So it can be b comma 2b plus 4, right? Correct. So now we know the point which is the circumcenter, right?
Yeah.
So one way is obvious, which is this distance is equal to this distance is equal to this distance, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can use distance formula.
That will be
If we
slightly
find
annoying.
A.
The roots and all will be
Yeah.
annoying, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it is the fastest way, I don't know. But I'm saying a minus 2 whole square plus 1 minus a minus 1, right? So a square, right? Should be equal to this distance. We know we can find a easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can find it by this. So y is equal to 1 minus x. So 2x minus 1 plus x plus 4 is equal to 0. So 3x plus 3. So minus 3. So x is equal to minus 1.
Minus
And
1.
y is equal to 2 then, right?
Yeah.
Minus 1 comma 2. So this will become 9, 3 square 9 plus 1. So 10, root 10, right?
Yeah.
So you get, okay, this is fairly easy only. A square plus a square minus 4a plus 4 is equal to 10, right? So
Yeah.
2a square
Yeah,
minus
yeah.
4a minus 6 is equal to 0. So a square minus 2a minus 3 is equal to 0, right?
Yeah.
We get this, then we get a is equal to either 3 minus 3a plus a. So 3 or minus 1, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, but how do we decide?
So what are we getting? What are the possible points that are coming? This is coming 3 comma
3 comma
minus
minus
2,
2.
or it is coming
Minus
minus 1 comma
0.
0,
Yeah.
2, no?
2, yeah.
Right? Minus 1 comma 2. So minus
Oh,
1 comma
yeah.
2 cannot happen.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is 3 comma minus 2.
Hmm.
And similarly, we can find this also now.
Yeah. And then
Yeah,
find.
That is a pretty straightforward solution because circumcenter is equidistant from vertices.
Yeah.
Is there any other way also? Let's think if it is possible, any other thing. Okay. There is one more thing. There is one more thing, guys, which is even faster than this. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, in this question, maybe not faster, but very creative in the sense that can you find equation of this line? We can, no? Because one point is given and slope.
Yeah. And then mid.
Slope is also known because L1 is known, no?
Yeah.
You don't have to go by midpoint, right? You can go by point slope form. No?
Yeah.
So L1, what is the slope of L1? It is minus 1, see?
Yeah.
Slope of L1 is minus 1. So slope of this is plus 1.
Plus 1.
So equation of my line is y minus 1 is equal to 1 into x minus 2, right?
Yeah.
So y is equal to x minus 2 plus 1. So x minus 1, right?
Yeah.
This is the equation of this perpendicular bisector, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perpendicular bisector, right?
Yeah.
Now, what can you say about, how can you find B? B is clearly the reflection of A on this, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the mirror and B is the image of A, right?
Yeah.
Right? So now it is very easy because A was minus 1 comma 2. Line was y is equal to x minus 1. We want to find image of A.
Yeah.
Image of A in line, right?
Yeah.
So we'll use the thing that we have learned right now. So we'll say HK, let HK be the image, right? H minus x1 is this, so h plus 1 by A. Let's write it in standard form, minus x plus y
minus 1
plus 1 is equal to 0, right? So minus 1 is equal to k minus 2 by B. B
1.
is 1. is equal to minus, image has -2, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And AX1, put this point in this line, right? So minus of -1, so 1 plus 2 plus 1 by A square plus B square, right?
Yeah.
1 plus 4, so 5, right?
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
getting h plus 1 by -1 is equal to, this is 4 into 2, 8 by 5, minus 8 by 5, right? So h
Yeah.
is equal to 8 by 5 minus 1, so 3 by 5. And k is equal to k minus 2 is equal to 8 by 5 minus 8 by 5. So
Yeah.
k is equal to 2 minus 8 by 5. So it is 2 by 5, right?
2 by 5. Yeah.
3 by 5 and 2 by 5 is my h and k, which is the point P, right?
Yeah.
So notice that if you draw a perpendicular bisector, right? If you know
Yeah.
equation of this, then A point, if you know, then B point should be reflection, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that is another nice way to find B and find C, right?
Wait, in the denominator there it should be a square plus b square, right?
So
So
1
that
square
will
plus
be
4.
no in the
Oh, wait.
equation a square,
Oh,
so
my
it'll be
mistake.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mistake. So it will be 2. So the answer is slightly different, but that is because I made an error, right? But the
Yeah.
idea you
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Idea is this reflection idea. Okay. Okay. So nice. We got it by 2 ways, right?
Yeah.
In some questions, the reflection will be faster. Okay. Let's do the next second question now. Okay. Equations of perpendiculars of the sides. This and this are both perpendiculars of the sides. That is weird. Perpendicular to the sides, but perpendicular bisector or perpendicular?
Just
So
perpendicular. So I think it's from the vertex.
I think these are altitudes then, right?
Yeah, altitude.
Right. So AB perpendicular to side AB and AC of triangles are given. So 2 altitudes are given, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
1 vertex is given and circumcenter is given, right?
Yeah.
Because intersection of perpendicular bisectors is circumcenter, right?
Yeah.
So find the equation of medians to the side. So let's draw the figure first. So let's say a big figure I'm drawing. ABC triangle is there. A, B, C. Now, what are the things that are given? First thing is equation of perpendicular to the side AB and AC. Perpendicular to this side will be like this, passing through C, suppose. This is height, right? AC would be like this, right?
Yeah.
This is my orthocenter, right?
Yeah.
Orthocenter. This perpendicular equation, tell me.
On
X.
AB.
Perpendicular on AB, the first equation.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
x minus y minus 4 equals
X
Is equal
minus
to
y minus 4 is equal to 0. And the perpendicular on AC is equation is what?
2x minus y minus 5.
Is equal to 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so these are the 2 perpendiculars. Now we also have many other things. We have some bisectors and also. We have given -2, 3, right? And circumcenter is given. Circumcenter is given somewhere here, suppose. And circumcenter point was given as 3 by 2, 5 by 2, right?
Yeah.
3 by 2, 5 by 2, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is my circumcenter. And now what you are asked is equation of median to the side AB and AC, right?
Yeah.
Median to the side AB and AC will be passing through this midpoint, right? And
Yeah.
through this center, right? Right. This is circumcenter,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
say SS, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. So median on AB and AC. Okay, fine. This is fairly straightforward because I think we can find centroid very easily. O and GC is the rule, right?
Yeah.
Orthocenter, centroid, circumcenter, right? equation of the two altitudes was given. So orthocenter can be found by solving, right?
Yeah.
Y is equal to x minus 4 if you put in this, right? So 2x minus x plus 4 minus 5 is equal to 0. So you get x is equal to 1, right?
1. Yeah.
And y is equal to minus 3. So orthocenter is 1 comma minus 3.
Minus 3.
Orthocenter is
Yeah,
this
yeah.
point. And circumcenter is given, right? Circumcenter
Yeah.
is 3 by 2 comma 5 by 2. So we can find centroid easily. 2:1 ratio, no? Orthocenter is to circumcenter, right?
Yeah.
This everyone remembers, no? Properties of
Yeah.
triangle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
2 into this, so that is 3 plus 1 into 1 by 3.
3.
3 plus 1 by 3. And 2 into this, 5 minus 3 by 3, right?
Right. Yeah.
So this becomes 4 by 3 and 2 by 3.
2 by 3.
This is my centroid. So equation of median, right? Equation of median will be line passing through centroid and meeting the vertex, right? From vertex to the centroid, right?
Yeah.
So we have to find B and C also, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We have to find B and C also. Then only you will be able to find this centroid, right?
Yeah.
This median
Yeah,
and this
yeah.
median, right?
Mm.
So B and C, we know how to find. We have orthocenter also, and we have circumcenter also. So we have done this question earlier in first one, right?
Yeah.
Right. So one way to do it, but now we don't have line equations, right?
Yeah.
We don't have the
Okay.
line equations, right? So we only have orthocenter and circumcenter and the vertex A, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so we know that this line will have slope which is perpendicular to this, right? Okay, but we don't know this slope. Okay, so okay. Oh, wait. One thing we know very easily. Centroid we know, no?
Yeah.
So centroid will bisect this, no?
Yeah.
So we know this point, right?
Yeah.
Because 2:1 ratio will happen here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And this is midpoint, no? So
Yeah.
we know this, right? Slope
Yeah.
of this we know, right?
Yeah.
So we know slope of BC, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Slope of BC we know, but does that help us? Slope of BC we know. Okay, then we know slope of AH,
Yeah.
right? But slope of AH was already known, no? So we could have done it directly, no? Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to go through so much effort. Slope of AH is known already, right? So slope of BC is known, right? Okay, so how do you find B and C? Let's revisit what we did earlier. So perpendiculars are known, so okay. Okay, we can find perpendicular bisector equations like in the previous question. How? So let's draw the figure again once. So let's keep in mind what we know. Okay.
Yeah.
So we know A vertex, right? Tell me the
Yeah.
vertex -2, 3.
Yeah.
Right? We
Yeah.
know circumcenter. Circumcenter, let's call it O. What is that? 3 by 2, 5 by 2.
3 by 2.
Okay. right?
Hmm.
And we know altitudes, right? One altitude
Yeah.
like this and one altitude like this, right?
Yeah.
Equations of the altitudes we know, no?
Yeah. So the,
This equation is what? Tell me this equation. Altitudes on AB or AC.
on AC is 2x minus y minus 5.
Is equal to 0.
And this altitude is what?
X minus
X
y
minus y.
Altitude on
minus 4.
AB is x minus 5 minus 4. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So notice that this is a line which is perpendicular to AC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This altitude. And this is also a line which is perpendicular to AC, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these are parallel lines, right?
Yeah.
So any line parallel to this will look like this. We have seen this, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Because the ratio of the A1, A2 and B1, B2 has to be same, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
The constant term can be different, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand why I wrote this?
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah.
equation of this perpendicular bisector, but now we can find C1 very easily, no? Because it passes through 3/2, 5/2.
Yeah.
We know the circumcenter, so you can put that there. So it becomes 3 minus 5/2 minus C1 is equal to 0. So
0,
C1 is
yeah.
equal to 1/2, right?
Yeah.
So now we know equation of this perpendicular bisector, right? And we know this point. So we know this point. Reflection.
Yeah.
Like in the previous question, if we know equation of perpendicular bisector and one point, right?
Yeah. Then
We know the opposite vertex, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Similarly,
Other side.
this line is this. So this line, right, is also parallel. So it should be x minus y minus k is equal to 0.
Yeah.
But it passes through 3/2,
3 by
5/2.
2.
So k is equal to minus 1, right?
Yeah.
K is minus 1. So k, this equation is gotten again. Equation of this perpendicular bisector is known. This point is known. So this point is known.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what is actually asked in the question?
Medians on AB and
Equation of median to the side AB and AC.
AB and AC. Yeah.
AB and AC. So median will be from this point to midpoint, right?
Yeah. And then
Right.
Yeah.
Midpoint. So B and C are known. So midpoints are known.
midpoint you can find, and
Yeah.
we already found the.
So there is no issue, right?
Yeah.
B and everything is found. Then medians are very easy, right? A, B, and C are known, right? Are you understanding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I would suggest is exercise 1 you guys have attempted a little bit. Yeah?
Yeah. I finished
Yes.
exercise 1
Exercise 1. Okay.
fully. Yeah.
Okay. How many doubts are there?
There are like few, not that many.
4 or 5 or more?
Yeah, around 4 5. Yeah.
We'll do the doubts. We'll do the doubts in the next class.
Yeah,
But
okay.
for now, what I would suggest is exercise 1 if you have finished. Exercise 2 onwards you should do. But see these subjective questions, no advanced subjectives, right?
Yeah.
These are quite
Yeah.
nice in the sense that you have to basically figure out many things, no, to solve each one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So make sure that you are trying the subjectives also. Don't ignore the subjectives, okay?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
exercise 1, exercise 2. Exercise 2 doesn't have too many, only 6 are there. Exercise 2 has only 6 questions. And
Yeah.
if there is any question of pair of straight lines, that is the only thing you can skip.
Okay.
If there is any pair of straight lines questions, no, you can skip that because
Yeah.
we'll do that theory soon.
Okay.
But otherwise, try exercise 2 and then exercise 3, 4, these subjective ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
And next week doing this will be very useful soon when you will have to write, you'll be learning straight lines in Allen and all. So, then soon as in 2 months from now.
Yeah. Okay.
So, continue working on it and we'll discuss more. So, next 2 classes will mostly be problem solving only.
Okay.
There will be straight
Okay.
lines and Next 2 weeks we'll be doing straight lines. Maybe in the second class I will do the pair of straight lines thing. Next class will be just normal straight lines doubts and
Okay.
questions.
Yeah.
And next to next class will be the pair of straight lines I'll finish. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And after that we'll go on to circles and all.
Mhm.
Okay. That's it for now then. Okay.
Yeah.
I will let you know someday we'll do the chemistry class also. Like
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. Okay. Bye.
That's all.
Bye, sir.